Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys, and this is another Food Wars Season 5 review. I know Season 5 hasn't been everybody's cup of tea. Now, personally, if you ask me, with a few exceptions here and there, I've honestly liked Season 5 up to this point. The only really BS thing I find, really, is probably Asahi and his just I don't know. But I thought this episode was actually pretty decent. We get the backstory of Erna slash her mom a little bit. Um, we see that Ashi is even more crazier than we thought, and it seems like also Soma's gonna have to be the hero to come to Erna's rescue, which everybody predicted, and it seems like next week we might be getting Soma versus Asahi, where I guess Soma gets his revenge. Because this dude really, by the end of the episode, was talking about his ass like he's all this and that. Anyways, let's get to it. So, Erna is going to the first match venue in the main event, so she just moves on to where everyone else is competing at and stuff like that. In the meantime, there are more Noir members and stuff like that. Another thing is that Erna, she looks exhausted. Like, she looks mentally exhausted. I guess you could say physically, but she looks mentally exhausted. And even the others are like, yo, are you cool and stuff like that? And things like that. Now, Erna, when she gets to the first round, she essentially beats the first challenger, like, straight up, like, easily. Now the others, which is the entire thing about this episode too, is the others see that something is up with Erna, and then she's acting pretty differently, and she's acting pretty strange and stuff like that. Then Megamin, at the same time, gets her first challenge for her competition, so we get to see Megamin go. Now Megamin, she is going up against a Noir member named Huang Zuwang, and Mito goes on to say she got from Eisen the information from Eisen. Says that he's one of the most menacing chefs in Noir. Now, Ashi kind of, does his thing where he kind of just makes fun of the cook, who is pretty well known, and he's like, oh, interesting. I'm shocked that you, Megamin, have made it this far. But then again, you were first in the blue preliminaries at Totsuki, so I guess I'm not shocked. I guess also another thing to mention, Sucasis, he's nowhere to be found. I guess that's another negative of this episode. They don't even pick up from where last week left off after, Sucasis like, you can't lose to this guy, Soma. They didn't have, like, no other thing. We don't see Sucasis saying goodbye and saying he's leaving. They literally dropped the Sucasis thing, and they just cut him out for the rest of the story. So I don't know if he's still at the blue tournament just watching the other competitors, or he just dipped. I'm guessing he dipped. Anyways, now Zhu Wang, his cooking tools are these like little sharp knives on his fingers, which has these different like type of spice ingredients and stuff on them. And their theme of this match is like making a meal in a flash, like essentially essentially what's equivalent to a microwave dish. They had 15 minutes to complete it. Now Zhu Wang, we find out some information that he's from a long line of assassins in China, and his style of cooking, I believe, is called the venomous dish. And because obviously his family got into cooking due to poisoning people because of assassinations and stuff like that, but then that's when they took into the tradition of cooking. Now, Zhu Wang tries to get under Megamin's skin, but Megamin is not fazed by it, and her dish is a Chinese lunch style plate, and she ends up beating Zhu Wang easily. They didn't really focus much on this match like I thought they would. The only to be honest, I guess another negative I hated is about this episode, other than really the progressing of the story and some interesting things here and there, they kind of skip over the Megamin and Takumi matches in this week's episode, like against Ashi and Erna. And I think at the time when the manga was out, I think I'm guessing the manga dude, the dude who did the manga for Food Wars, you can tell from the 5th season he's clearly rushing things compared to the last, 4 seasons. Because in the last 4 seasons, you would get like probably 2 episodes dedicated. It'd probably be like a 2-episode dedication to this. this episode would like had probably focused on one of the matches, while the other episode, which would have been next week, would have focused on another match in this double thing. Because you can see they put it. I'll get to that when I get to that part. So yeah. Now Soma and the others, they're worried about Erina still, and they're like, I have not been able to get in contact with her. I haven't seen her since yesterday, really. So Soma and the others sneak into the castle. They hear Erina's voice, and they see that she's talking to the Bookmaster. And the Bookmaster is revealed to be Erina's mom. Now, to say that some people probably to say that some people didn't see this coming, I guess is an understatement. I think 9 out of 10 times everybody probably saw this coming a mile away. Because one, if you're watching the opening, they literally hide out Erina's mom's face, the silhouette of her mom's face. And it was kind of predictable too, because the mom gave hints that she does not like Erina, which, ha ha ha, makes sense. So yeah. Anyways, Erina goes on to say she wants to show the true power of the God Tongue to her mom. Now, she later storms up. She actually runs into Soma and the others. She's like, oh, so you overheard. Huh, interesting. So right now, Erina's kind of being like Erina from like seasons 1 through 3.5, where she's just all cold and she doesn't really care about what others are thinking. Like she just says, just worry about winning. Don't worry about me. So she's kind of that cold Erina she used to be. Now, we later find out why, because she's going under intense stress and she wants to please her mom and stuff like that. So I guess Erina's kind of got mommy issues. Let's be real. Because even back in episode 1, when Soma was talking to her about his mom, she makes a hint like, man, I wish my mom was like that. We later see in this episode, her mom honestly does not give an F about her. Can I just say, she probably has the worst parents ever. Like, legit. She is the worst dad. Like, the dad literally tried to control her on the way she's raised. And the mom just sounds like she doesn't even give an F anymore about her. So, Erina really needs some loving parents. And stuff like that. So maybe, she can marry Soma and she'll get the appreciation, from Joichiro. And especially Soma. And who knows, if they were to have kids, she could be a better mom than, than her parents. Anyways, they go in to talk to, Erina's mom, Soma and the others. And Erina's mom looks like she could be sick because she's hooked up to an IV as well. She also does make a mention to tell Takumi that, oh yeah, you're going up against Erina in your next match. And essentially she says, I want you to destroy her. So you can see that Erina's mom is completely cold-blooded to Erina, which again, worst mom ever, or worst parents ever. Now thanks to Anne, we find out that her name is Mana, and the reason why she, as well as her name, is kept a secret is because we find out that she has the God Tongue as well. So she has the God Tongue like Erina, or well, Aaron has the God Tongue like her, and it's obviously probably a family, I guess, gene passed down. Now, the reason why she's actually hooked up to the IV is not really because she's, well, I guess you can say she's kind of sick, but essentially, because she had the God Tongue, it made her she had a desire to always eat food. Until she completely came to despair at the flavor of tasting food. I guess, from what it's saying it's like she ate so much food, she just lost the flavor in food because her tongue couldn't distinguish, or just, I'm guessing, the foods that she wanted, didn't live up to her taste, so she's lost the flavor, so she gets really her nutrients off an IV. So, yeah, again, how you could probably lose flavor and tasting of food, I have no idea. That's never explained. Well, it's explained very, vague. Like, I don't think you can ever lose the taste unless you're very, very frickin' have some kind of body, function, fail. That's the only thing. We also find out that, the reason why Erina kind of treats her mom cold as well, I guess you can see the reason why the mom treats Erina cold, or Mana treats Erina cold, is because she essentially dipped and left the Nakari family, when Erina was, essentially a young girl. So, yeah. This is Aaron's grandfather's daughter. Um, how the grandfather, like, I don't know. The fun fact that the grandfather is probably like the best person out of the entire family is just shocking enough, which goes to show he must have not been a good dad in raising his children. But I digress. Yeah, Aaron's grandfather actually treats her like really respectfully. The mom and the dad of Aaron, they can honestly F off. We saw what happened with the dad. The dad literally tried to lock her up in chains, essentially, and kind of abuse her in a way. By telling her, oh, you're going to listen to my orders, no ifs, ands, or buts. The mom here is just, she really doesn't honestly say, she's honestly saying, like, in this episode, she doesn't give a fuck about Erina. That's essentially what she's saying. So, yeah. Anyways, we cut to Ashi and Sarge. Now, we find out from Ashi that he is going up against Megamin. So, of course. I guess the God Tongues to Spare, which was the title of the episode, it kind of caters towards Erina's mom, but I guess you can say it's more also an Erina thing because Ashi kind of like freaking like, he kind of freaking says some pretty rude things to Erina in this episode and stuff like that. Again, like I said, the Megamin and Takumi matches are taking place at the same time, and I'm guessing this is why people got frustrated as well when reading the manga. Why people were saying, yeah, this part of the story was really rushed. Yeah, if this was like if this took place in the timeline between season 1 and 4, they would legit spend 2 episodes separately on these both matches. Like I said, you probably have Takumi and Erina's matches really well detailed and really well developed in this episode, and then you would have the Ashi Megamin match in the next match. But here they kind of blow past, both matches and kind of rush through it just to obviously get to the Soma, Asahi fight and stuff like that. To say that's a negative, I'll be honest, it's a negative in this episode. They completely rush the matches. To be honest, Megamin really doesn't get any big time showing in the blue tournament. They pan over one match, that they don't even show. They off screen it. And then the 2 matches we see her in the blue tournament, they essentially are like 1 second, 2 second, honestly 10-second matches in terms of content you're getting. And it's like, well, they really did Megamin dirty here because I really do love Megamin as a character. She really has grown. And the fact that they kind of gave her the cold eye and they just kind of rushed her along, which is, again, the author's fault of the manga, that's his thing instead of making a well-developed story here. Now, Megamin overhears the conversation between Ashi and Erina. Now, Ashi actually knows the identity of, or knows of the, hold on a second, guys. Okay, going back. Ashi, we later find out even by the end of the episode, he knows the true name of Nakari, of Erina's mom. But he knows that the bookmaster is Erina's mom. Erina's all shocked and everything. And he says, oh yeah, obviously, along the reason why I want to marry you and stuff like that. The reason why I entered the blue tournament is to essentially make sure, I can create a dish for your mom that she has never tasted before. Now, Erina kind of obviously, rebubbles in an angry way, saying that she's going to be the one to create the dish that her mom hasn't had before. I also feel like she's also trying to get the respect of her mom. Again, like I said, she seems like she has mommy issues. Now, Megamin, after overhearing this, she eventually challenges Ashi to a food war, but the thing is, if she wins, he'll have to stop hurting Erina. Or I guess stop berating Erina, I guess like that, or, being rude to her, essentially, that's what you're saying. But Ashi is like, okay, fine, even though we somehow can't have it in the void of the tournament, I'll still accept your challenge. But if I win, you have to stop being Erina's friend. So I was like, well, that's not really fair here. So, regardless, I don't think Megamin's gonna listen to this guy. But okay, you can just the standpoint. Oh, if you lose, you have to stop being this person's friend. I don't know why. I'm sorry, that doesn't measure up to something that's like even worth it. You can't really tell somebody to stop being somebody's friend. Like, you're telling me Megamin's just not gonna talk to Erina no more? Yeah, she's gonna break that promise probably by next week. Um, anyways, the food war between Ashi and Megamin goes on. Now, Ashi says he has the knife that the guy Megamin beat earlier in the blue tournament, which is probably the off-screen, match she had. She's at the back of the hot springs. He was also a member of Noir, and his name is called Monarch. He is also using Zhu Wang's cooking tool as well. Now, Takumi, it comes over to Takumi, and one of the judges was blown away from Aaron's dish. Now, Aaron actually tells, Takumi, you should have had your brother in here, but, Takumi is like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this my own self. Anyways, Takumi made the same dish he made in that mock battle, I believe, which was back in season 3, when they were preparing for, obviously, to try to retake the school for Totsuki and stuff like that. But essentially, because Aaron's cooking is too good, it kind of is the main reason why it beats Takumi. So Aaron beats Takumi easily, as well as Megamin loses to Ashi. Now, Megamin had a great dish. It's just, Ashi's, dish was much more far enhanced than her dish. So obviously, yada, 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 she has to uphold her thing. Now, Mana knows, now, after that, everyone's shocked again. And Ashi kind of starts talking out his ass again, like he's always been doing, boasting and stuff like that. He even says, like, look, I'm all powerful. Nobody can beat me here and stuff like that. And he tells the bookmaster, look, all these people in here, you might as well just sign me up to be your chef so I can please you in terms of your cooking. Mana also knows that Ashi is the chef that wants to marry Erina as well. So, she goes on at the end of the episode like, you bet not disappoint me. So, stuff like that. And then we get a post-credit scene where Ashi kind of antagonizes Erina yet again and stuff like that. But then Soma steps in at the end of the episode and he says, well, hold on, buddy. I think you're getting a little bit too ahead of yourself. And then that's when the episode ends off. In the next episode, in the next episode title screen, it shows, obviously Soma and Ashi face to face, which I'm guessing we're getting Soma versus Asahi next week. Which, again, it's going to be another predictable thing, but Soma's obviously going to get his revenge on Ashi and win. So, it would make complete sense to do that, because this dude's literally talking out of his butt. Anyways, like I said, I thought the episode was decent. The problems in this episode are still picky and still much of an issue. Regardless, the same, but it was still a decent episode. We find out who Erina's mom is. We find out who the bookmaster is. And again, we find more of reasons to hate Ashi even more. So it seems like Soma is going to fight Ashi. Now, I feel like, how long will the episode take? Who knows? Maybe they'll get this match done in one episode. Hopefully it's 2 episodes. They really focus on this match. But other than that, that's all I gotta say for this episode. I honestly, to be honest, I enjoyed it. Some people probably will not. But like I said, it's not good. It's not the best episode, but it's a pretty decent episode. But other than that, that's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. So if you guys like this video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this episode, as well as hit that subscribe button to get more Food Wars content. I feel like if this season has, because this is episode 9. If it's a 12, 13 episode season, then we only have essentially 3 more episodes left of this season. So Food Wars Season 5 is rounding up soon. So obviously stuff like that. I know for me, school's coming back. So videos might be hard to get out by then. But other than that, that's really it. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there. And hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day. So till then, guys, peace.